Welcome to The Flash, Episode 5 reviews, discussion, and recap. I am Gaming with Kid King Gamer. I don't care what you call me, just call me. I'm joined today with.
Zombie Hunter 867. And we have. So you said episode 5? It
This is
feels.
Episode 5.
I don't know why. It feels like we're further in. It's
It's,
weird.
be- it's because we had that long hiatus with the thing with me working, and then Episode 4 finally being watched and being done, and having time to do the Episode 4 review, discussion, and
Yeah.
recap.
Yeah, that kind of explains it. And then we had the delay with this episode. But hey, we're getting it out. We're still doing this. We haven't given up. Don't you worry. So, let's get right into this episode. So, we have it in two sections, the bachelor and bachelorette parties. So, I'm covering the bachelorette
I was hoping
because
you'd do a killer Keemstar impression. Let's get right into the news.
eh, I can't do that kind of stuff. But hey, anyway, so we have this two groups going off. They have two plans for the parties and whatnot. So like I said, I'm covering the Bachelorette. Kid is covering the Bachelor. We have Caitlyn, Iris, Cecile, and special guest star Felicity Smoke on this week's episode. So it's the four of them. They're going out to a nice casual restaurant. They order champagne. Cecile says no to the champagne because she is pregnant. So Caitlyn, who was a bit apprehensive to come, she takes Cecile's champagne and she drinks it pretty fast. Iris notices and realizes, okay, something's pretty wrong with Caitlyn because, well, that's not like her to do that. And so it doesn't take us very long to find out, okay, what's going on. Because if you remember last week's episode, there was the cliffhanger with Amunet. And did we cover that in last week's episode? I
I don't
don't
even
think we
remember her. I don't even
we
remember her
didn't.
being in there.
Oh,
When was there a reference to
is
her?
is a cliffhanger after the party. Caitlyn gets home to her apartment and there was a message on her door scratched into it saying something along the lines of "We're coming for you" or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so remember the guy with the fake eye that Caitlyn beat up in
Snake
episode
Eye.
1? Yeah, so he comes to the bachelorette party and it's revealed that his glass eye covers up a hole for a snake thing to pop out. I don't know how. It's weird to me that that's intimidating. I mean, yes, it's creepy, it's gross. Well, if your superpower is a snake thing, that's practically nothing. You just cut
It
off
could
the
be
snake.
venomous.
True. True. But didn't bite anyone. But anyway, so he's attacking, and so Felicity, she runs at him, breaks a chair over him. He's not happy about that. He pushes her back, and then Caitlyn's like, "Ah, crap! I gotta go, Killer Frost." She goes Killer
No.
Frost.
You're forgetting the part where Iris slaps him with the tray.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's like Felicity with the chair, then like following her is
Is
Iris
Iris with a
with
tray.
the tray, and then that's when then after that you just see Caitlyn go Frost.
And so she blasts him out a window, and the party of four heads back to Star Labs, and they're trying to figure out, okay, Caitlyn, you said Killer Frost was gone. What's up? She's like, well, you see, Caitlyn, she got involved with the bad crowd, and the leader of that bad crowd is named Amunet, and so she basically Amunet sells illegal technology and whatnot, and Caitlyn was desperate to try to contain Killer Frost, and so she agreed to work as a bodyguard for Amunet if she could use the technology to help control her Killer Frost transformations. And of course, in episode 1, Caitlyn left because she wanted to just get back with the gang and whatnot. Aminette's not liking that, so she's trying to kill Caitlyn. So Killer Frost, I should say, as a side note, it's kind of like a multiple personalities kind of thing. So they're like basically two minds in one body, that kind of thing. So Frost refers to Caitlin as a different person, and Caitlin refers to Frost as a different person, if that makes
Incredible
sense.
Hulk.
Very much like that. Like Felicity points out in that whole discussion. So what happens is that Killer Frost is like, okay, I need to go kill Aminette. So you guys, you stay here at Star Labs, let me go do my thing. And so Iris decides, you know what? The three of us, we're going to go follow Killer Frost to wherever she's going. So Frost goes to a nightclub and she finds Aminette. Aminette's like, hey, look, I like you. You're my favorite henchman. And I'm disappointed with Snake Eye for even going after you in the first place and causing a fight. And that's why he's my third favorite henchman. So, anyway, Aminette tells Caitlin that, hey, look, I want you back. And I will split the profits with you with this new drug that I have. And the drug comes from a meta that she has tied up called the Weeper. So he's pretty beat up. Just got to punch him, and he immediately lets a teardrop come out, and that teardrop is the drug. Apparently, it's a very powerful. Oh, it's not an opioid, but I forget what they call it later on when they try to figure out what it's made of and whatnot. But it's filled with dark matter, and it causes a drug effect. That's all y'all need to know. So Killer Frost, she's not accepting Aminette's offer and is about ready to kill Aminette when Iris, who again followed Caitlin, she steps in and is like, hey, Frost, let's go. You don't need to kill anyone. And then like Aminette, she's like, who the heck are you? But she still lets Frost and Iris leave because she plans to still go after Caitlin later and kill her. So what happens is that Iris, the gang, and Caitlin, they head back once again to Star Labs, but this time Caitlin, or in this case Frost, she's packing up to leave Star City. Not Star City. This isn't Arrow. Central City. And so she's planning on leaving. She's found another person with Cisco-like powers and is going to go to another universe, start over. Because, you know, that's what you do when you got bad guys after you. And so what happens next is that Caitlin, she leaves, and she's at the point where she's going to be teleported, but the Cisco-like guy doesn't show up, and instead it's Aminette who shows off her metal powers. I'm sorry, but if you have to bring a bucket of metal with you everywhere you go, if you need a bucket of metal, your powers are lame. Not Snake Eye lame, but it's still pretty lame because, well, take away your bucket of metal, you got nothing. But anyway, my complaints aside, she whoops Caitlin's butt and is about to kill her. Like, she beats up Killer Frost so badly that Killer Frost is like, screw it, I'm giving Caitlin control. And just coincidentally enough, just before the final punch, you got two cops who are like, hey, I don't know what's going on, but stop this. Aminette kills them by letting two shards of her metal fist, because she has the metal pellets. She's got a bunch of metal pellets. They form around her hand, make a metal fist, blah, blah, blah. She shoots off two of those to kill the policeman. She turns back around. Caitlin's gone. So she vows to kill Caitlin later. And we find Caitlin, yet again, sulking at Star Labs. Iris comes over, is like, hey, let me help you stitch your arm wound there because she got a pretty nasty gash there. Caitlin and her have a discussion about Aminette. Caitlin wants to go and take her down and save the Weeper. And Caitlin's like, nope, I don't want to do any of that. You shouldn't do any of that. And she says something along the lines of how she and Iris aren't really friends, that they're just work acquaintances. Iris is hurt by that, but Caitlin, she's kind of in a bad state right then, so she doesn't have much of a reaction to what she said. So Caitlin, she's out of the picture right now, so Iris, Cecile, and Felicity, they team up to go track down Amunet and try to save the Weeper. So Felicity is able to track the metal that Amunet uses to make her fist, and they find her at a warehouse. So you got Felicity and Iris who go inside the building. I think one of them has the cold gun that Captain Cold used, while the other has a regular gun. And Cecile is in a Star Labs van outside. So they're about to break up this deal that Amunet is making with some other drug gang. But as they're about to make the move, the bodyguards for the leader of the drug gang, they bust them. So they're brought forward. Amunet recognizes Iris, and she's about ready to kill Iris and Felicity when Killer Frost comes walking in. Well, Caitlin comes walking in and then transforms into Killer Frost. She saves them. She then goes on to shield them from a lot of bullets being shot at them from the bodyguards from the other gang. They talk over the radio to Cecile and get her to start up a magnet to take out Amunet's gauntlet thing. Caitlin destroys the shield, takes out all the gunmen, still got Amunet, and then Cecile activates the magnet, takes the metal off of Amunet's hand, and then Caitlin, she's about to go and kill Amunet, but Iris says, "Don't do it, you're not a killer, you don't have to do this." Killer Frost listens, and lets Amunet and Snake Eye, who was there, I believe. Yeah, Snake Eye was there. They run off. Iris goes to the Weeper, sets him free, and he goes and runs off like a smart guy. Like, no, these guys just saved me, but I'm still gonna run away anyway, even though I got some pretty bad bruising on my stomach and my chest, and should probably go to a hospital. But that doesn't matter, I need to run and treat them like crap. So he runs off, and then the four go back to Star Labs. They regroup with the 5 from the bachelor party, kind of hint at each other's events that were going on, but they don't really tell. Then they show that, okay, Caitlin is still Killer Frost. The others, they see that, they're like, ah, crap. Cisco's like, oh, can we just do this in the morning? But then they listen to what Killer Frost has to say and all that mumbo jumbo. And it ends on a high note, almost. Because then we see, as the episode ends, the Thinker in a floating chair going after the Weeper. And that's that. But hey, we still have another half of the episode. Kid Gamer, will you do the honors and please keep it PG-13 if you have to go beyond PG?
You literally gave me an entire recap of the episode. I don't think they need to hear anything from me.
No, I didn't do the entire episode. You got your half.
It felt like I was watching the episode again. Because it sounded like it took 40 minutes to just listen to all of that. But I'm going to make this quicker. Alright, so the bachelor party starts out being at Joe West's house. Alright, so they're drinking some brandy, watching home movies of Barry and Iris. Ralph crashes the party, takes him to a strip joint called the Golden Booty. Eventually, Barry gets alcohol from Cisco because Cisco knows how to make alcohol that can keep up with his speed. Barry shouts out that I'm the Flash while he's intoxicated. People laugh. They don't believe it anyway, so no harm, no foul. Cecile's daughter, what's her name? Let me go back in the slides. Joanne is working at the strip joint. Joe sees this, talks to her, saying, "Does your mother know?" She says no. She says it's for empowering women. Then Ralph gets caught stealing money, and then a fight breaks out, and then they get locked up. Joe, who's a cop, gets locked up, which is ironic. Harry bails him out, but while he was bailing him out, he's like, "Give me these 3." And then Ralph was like, "Hey." Then Harry's like, "Fine, I'll take him too." I'll take Ralph, even though I don't want him to come. He could just stay in there for all I care.
And you do have that talk in the jail cell between Barry and Joe, because after the home movies, Joe was kind of feeling intimidated about having another child, but Barry reassured him that, hey, we all have your back and all that good stuff. And also, remember, Drunk Barry really loves his chicken wings.
Oh yeah, that's chicken wings.
He was crying
I-
all about that. That was like my favorite moment of the episode. It's like, I'm not sad. I just really love chicken wings.
Is it just me, or is there too many references to Marvel characters?
No, it's just the one with the Incredible Hulk with Felicity.
No, but then you got Amunet, who's basically freaking Magneto.
And they just happen to have similar powers. It's not a like she exists in the comics already. So, I mean
As
you
the
got
DC
Aquaman,
character of Magneto.
Namor, you got Batman, Iron Man. Well, Moon Knight is more like, I believe he's more like Batman. Then you got, is it Moon Knight?
I have no idea.
I can't remember. But then you have a lot of characters between the two comics, the two comic companies that are
Cactus Man.
very similar. I forgot about Cactus Man.
I forget which side he's on. Is it DC or Marvel?
I think
Marvel.
I believe he was a
independent.
villain though. Wasn't he a villain? I think he's a villain. But yeah, that's pretty much the episode though. So, is there anything more you'd like to add, kid?
In Terraria, I am Cactus Man.
Indeed he is. Ooh, that's something we could play on that secret project we're working on. Ooh, yeah. Could dust off the PS3s? No, we just get the PS4 version.
Don't you mean just the Switch?
Wait, is it coming out for Switch?
I don't know. I have to look that up.
But anyway, thank you all so very much for watching. Be sure to rate the video on whether or not you liked it or disliked it. We do not mind either or, because that is feedback. We like feedback. If you have a thought or a suggestion, be sure to post it down in that comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, why not subscribe for more like it? And with that, we will see you all next time. Right, kid?
Yes, I'm Kid, by the way. Bye.